if you think about the change that's going to happen in the next 3 years, what does coaching through change look like to you?
Yeah. Um, I think part of it is probably got to rethink what learning looks like on your team too at the same time. So, you know, we do like a learning and development power hour once or twice a week, either focusing on a specific tool or a skill. I wonder if that skews a little bit more towards like tool, skills, and process. That's actually how I label mine, but it's got to be, hey, let's get awesome at prompt writing today. Let's try out Reggie or Lavender or what have you, copy AI in ways that are going to make you a better email writer, because that's ultimately the skill we want to apply, but different lenses of creativity. Before it was, how awesome can I personalize this email on my own? Now it's, how am I going to leverage ChatGPT in such a way that's going to help me do this at scale? So, I mean, that's a different learning set. And I think the pressure can be on the manager too, to be like, I got to learn this twice as fast as my team does. I better get going. Like, I guess I'll pour my scotch at 8 p.m. at night and like learn 3 tools and report back the next day. So that I think is a different way on sort of learning. And then coaching, at least within the SDR function, again, it might be a little less on the art of, are you a great cold caller? How are you taking your cold call frameworks, and more of, are you leveraging, how are you being 80% faster than you were last week or the month before? So those are some things I see in terms of how coaching might be different. Curious your thoughts on that, Colin.
I mean, I drink the clay Kool-Aid, which sounds gross. It sounds like a gross concept, but you go back and listen to Varun and Eric. I think it's a couple episodes ago. I had those guys on, and it just, the AI inferenced prospecting or AI generated, what are we talking about? It was like AI processed intent.
Yeah.
Is the kind of idea that came out of that podcast for me. And I think that to me is going to be is potentially a game changer. Because what you have, so a core belief of mine is that targeting is better than messaging, is more important than messaging by a long shot. I think it's a huge multiplier. I think I've said this every podcast, but I could send a mediocre message to the right person, and it would do much better than sending a perfect message to a poor candidate, or ideal customer fit person. And so, I think the tools that give us the ability to enrich and process and prioritize and sort, and then make inferences from data like we've never been able to before, are probably going to be improve our ability to target our customers when our offering is a little bit more relevant to them. And to me, I think that is a more important piece out of this, all of this AI and everything. I see the AI email writers. I'm not a fan. I do think like you could get pretty good. You can get pretty good. And there's certainly much better when GPT-4 came out. But still at the same time, I think they're really, really helpful for writing the first version, and really, really helpful when you're stuck. And there are certain times when they're really helpful. But I think, what you're trying to hold up is 4 different ideas, about, okay, this is the targeting of the individual and this and this and that. And I haven't been able to train an AI yet, or do the prompt engineering, right? Where it can like pull that through line of, for this individual, this is their context, this is that, this is that. Yeah. We've got a number of things that we're trying. I suspect it eventually will get there, for writing that message. And for right now, I think what's the biggest impact is going to be on the targeting and giving SDRs the ability to target prospects that are more relevant right now. Yeah. So as an SDR, you'll be spending more time, I guess, processing or investing in customers that you think, or prospects that you think that the AI or the system or whatever tool you build to do this says, hey, these people are more likely to be ready now. And then you're going out to confirm, hey, here's what I think. Here's why I think you're more likely to be ready now. Am I on the money? Am I close?
Yeah. Well, all right. I too am drinking the clay Kool-Aid, and you turned me on a couple of use cases when we talked a few weeks ago, and been pretty experimental since.
I just said use cases there.
Yes. So it's funny because one of my SDRs had a cold email convert. I had written it, or at least, first draft of it. And the feedback that we got from the prospect after they replied was, hey, this timing is great because, we just got placement in a retail store, for example. We are a data company.
Love it.
I'm like, okay, well, either there's stuff that we can build on our own using our own data, or that plus enriching it with tools like Clay and the like to say, I guess we just stumbled on a pretty great either timing-based or trigger-oriented use case that is like a slam dunk. And there's like 20 different ways we could replicate that internally. So inference-based stuff started to click once we started chatting. And to your point, probably more about targeting than the best message or the best content or the best copy that AI or we could write.